What up, fam? Ski? This is your friendly neighborhood resident Portuguese thick boy from New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Eric Lima over here, and you are watching yet another video episode from my secondary YouTube channel vlog, in which I present to you all my sentimental thoughts, come from my heart and my soul, and my mental eyeball shenanigans come from the mind and brain. This is EML77 TV, episode number 941. Here we go, 59 episodes away. We're hitting the 1,000 milestone. And we are going to be talking about the final SmackDown before Hell in a Cell. It took place last night, but it was on FS1 because Game 3 of the World Series was on. I should say, I don't know who won it. We'll find out right now. And because it was on last night. And the Dodgers won that game 6-2. And they lead the World Series 2-1. So this is going to be something else, and it's going to. I hope either team wins, and the Dodgers are overdue for a World Series victory, but I can see the Rays take it. So we'll see what happens in that matchup. Now, as you guys notice, I know you guys always. You talk about one of my desks, my bureau is kind of messed up, but as you can see, it's all straightened out because there were a lot of clothes I have not worn and they no longer fit me. So I am going to give most of my T-shirts away. The ones that have no longer 3XL, 4XL. So the ones of 3XL, 4XL I'm keeping. The others I am getting rid of, and that's the best way to go about it. And I got a few empty drawers there I can use for anything. So this is going to be a very interesting situation when the time comes. And I'm wearing my Adam Cole Bay T-shirt because I'm supporting the Undisputed Era and Adam Cole. Pat McAfee is a rat bag. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm going to give a shout out to a new subscriber. Give me a second here, because usually I would check. Apizzle90. I want to give you a shout out. Apizzle90 in the house, y'all. We're doing this for shizzle. Thank you for subscribing, Apizzle90. Don't know who you are, but don't know your real name, but I appreciate you subscribing wholeheartedly. And so let's get right down to the brass tacks, shall we? We had a SmackDown in 205 Live, and there'll be a new thumbnail about that up. So I always change thumbnails. I don't know why, because they keep changing things. I have to keep changing things. Kevin Owens' show kicked off Friday Night SmackDown, as Kevin Owens is one of the new draftees. And he had Daniel Bryan as a guest on the show. And Daniel Bryan was talking about how the younger generation is going to step up, needs to step up and everything else. He says he would like to see the Intercontinental title defended. Defended at that point, but Kevin Owens says, well, forget the Intercontinental title. How about you and me as a tag team? See how we can do it. Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan as a tag team would not be a bad idea. So, but Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, another new draftee to SmackDown, interrupted Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens. And then, as they were about to run their mouths, the Street Profits came in and interrupted Ziggler and Roode. And then Cesaro and Nakamura, the former tag team champs, interrupted the Street Profits. All 8 guys brawl. But then there was an 8-man tag. The Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, and Street Profits versus Roode, Ziggler, Cesaro, Nakamura. That's a pretty good 8-man team. And it went back and forth. And Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, and Street Profits did pick up the victory after a well-fought matchup. And more on them later. Finally, the Law and Otis, as they decided to call it. And guess what? Ron Simmons is the bailiff wearing his APA shirt, and JBL's the judge. Oh, gosh. I was like, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Because JBL usually hates the Miz. So I said Miz is screwed, right? So I thought. Then they had Bianca Belair go one-on-one with Zelina Vega, an old rivalry that went from Raw to SmackDown. Bianca Belair beat her with ease, no problem. Even though Zelina Vega did put up a fight. But Bianca Belair, she's the EST of the WWE. I wouldn't be surprised if Bayley retains her title. I see Bianca Belair challenging. Trust me. Trust. Well, meanwhile, her husband Montez Ford, and along with Angelo Dawkins, Street Profits, KO, and Daniel Bryan celebrate. And then Sami Zayn went up to confronted Daniel Bryan about him having to defend the Intercontinental titles. I don't need to defend the Intercontinental title. I'll do it on my own terms. What about? Guess what? Somebody's gonna make you defend the Intercontinental title and rip your head off, Sami Zayn, and shave that beard. You know, Sami Zayn, when it looks like if Junior Healy from Problem Child, grown up, decided to work out and look like Santa Claus on a keto diet. That's all. I'm saying that matter. And then Shorty G was about to go one-on-one with Lars Sullivan, and Shorty G says he needs to prove himself because he wasn't signed for Raw or SmackDown. The match happened. Sullivan beat him. Shorty G says he quit. I'm like, great. First Austin Theory, now Shorty G. Alicia Ashton interviews Seth Rollins. He says that he's going to remind Murphy who he is, and all there is that matter. And then Adam Pearce talks to Shorty G, so he says, I quit being Shorty G. I quit being all this. I'm going to be an Olympian. I'm going to be back to what I'm used to be, and that's Chad Gable. Chad Gable. Good. I am so glad that Chad Gable is back, and hopefully he'll be better than ever, and hopefully he won't take no guff from anybody anymore. And, you know, Chad Gable, do me a favor, start with Sami Zayn and slap some sense into him. Bayley addressed the Thunderdome about her refusing to sign the contract. Sasha Banks interrupts Bayley and then finally forced Bayley to sign the contract. And Bayley did sign it, so the match is official. Hell in a Cell tomorrow night. It will be Bayley defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. And then back at the Law and Otis section, John Morrison, Rey Mysterio, Asuka, and Tucker testify, and Teddy Long appears as the stenographer. Oh my gosh! I'm like, oh good lord! and then Asuka does the holla, and let's just say this Baywatch has got nothing on Asuka. The ladies of Baywatch got nothing on Asuka. That's all I'm going to say in that matter. And I just went, and when they did the holla thing, and I'm like, I was like, nope, not going to say anything. I'm going to be respectful, keep it professional, All I can say is the ladies in Baywatch have nothing on Asuka, that's for sure. But Teddy Long, I was like, this gets even better with Teddy Long there. It's too funny. Holla. And then after we're arguing, JBL goes, nah, I'm going to take a recess, come back with a decision. And then JBL's about to rule in favor of Otis, but The Miz had a briefcase. It's like, you're lucky. And all of a sudden you hear cha-ching. I'm like, I can't believe Miz is bribing the judge with money. Is in light of new evidence, I'm not to rule. So it will be a Money in the Bank matchup, briefcase matchup, as Otis will defend the Money in the Bank briefcase against The Miz. So, at Hell in a Cell, and I knew that match was going to happen sooner or later, so, yeah, why not defend it? That'd be a great idea. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy went one-on-one. Seth Rollins did pick up the victory in that matchup. Aaliyah Mysterio did stop Rollins when Rollins was caning and Murphy. And then Dominic arrives to try to get his sister, talk some sense to his sister. And then Rollins attacks Dominic. Here comes Ray. Rollins, and then all of a sudden, Aaliyah was almost hugging Murphy. There's something more. And Murphy's got a smile on his face. There's something more to this that meets the eye here. And, I don't know what's up. Anyways. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are about to talk about the consequences in the Hell in a Cell I Quit match. It is an I Quit match, mind you. Jimmy Uso ended up talking, and it was him, got him in Reigns' suite, while Jey Uso attacked Roman Reigns. And here's the consequences. If Reigns does quit, he will no longer be the Tribal Chief. He will no longer be the Universal Champion, blah, yada, yada. But if Jey Uso quits, him and Jimmy Uso have to align themselves with Roman Reigns to do whatever they want. But if they don't, they're out of the dynasty. That's kind of sad. I don't know why Roman Reigns, the Usos have been there longer than Roman Reigns. I think they have the right to tell Reigns what to do. That's my personal opinion. But Roman Reigns is the Universal Champion. But I would not be surprised if Usos align themselves with Roman Reigns. I think the alliance with Roman Reigns could give the Usos the edge they need, and they can challenge the Street Profits for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I think that's what they should do. If they align themselves with Roman Reigns, say, hey, listen, Chief, we're going after the tag titles. We'll dominate. That's what I'm thinking. The Usos will probably at first be reluctant, and then they'll get into it. Trust me, they will. They will have no problem watching Roman Reigns' back, and they will have no problem aligning themselves with Roman Reigns. Trust me on that one. At first they'll be reluctant, and they're like, oh, I don't know, we don't feel comfortable about this. We don't feel like attacking our friends, but then they'll probably say, you know what? They're probably saying, you know what? We're sick of losing. I think Roman Reigns has got the right idea, and Cuz has got the right idea. I think we should on this, and we're going after Street Profits and challenging them for the belts. That's what I'm thinking that should happen. So that is the situation right now for Hell in a Cell. On another video, I will talk about the Hell in a Cell picks and predictions. Right now, the reason why I'm up early, 7:34 a.m., October the 24th, because possibly the biggest episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers is on. Pretty soon. It's called Great Connection. That's the name of the episode. Can't wait to watch it. But we got to do this first. 205 Live. Brian Kendrick went one-on-one with Mansoor, and Mansoor appeared on the bumps, Your Big Shot. And Mansoor did pick up the victory after a hard-fought match against Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick extended his hand. Mansoor shook it and lifted it. And made Brian Kendrick, keeps losing match after match. Maybe he's allowed time to change, or could he retire? I don't know. So we'll find out. They did a same documentary on NXT UK with Jordan Devlin, and like the same on NXT UK. So this will be something. And Santos Escobar responded with a tweet that is said by Triple H. And then they had the 6-man tag recap from Wednesday night. And the Bollywood Boys came back to address 205 Live, and they like to dance and have some fun. They're no longer the Singh brothers. Now they're back as the Bollywood Boys. I don't know if they'll be going by still Samir Sunil Singh, or they're going to go back to Harv and Gurv Shira. We'll find out when they start wrestling in action again. But the Bollywood Boys, I want to see what they can do as a tag team. One of the best tag teams at 205 Live. I think the Bollywood Boys, if they were going to if they were drafted to SmackDown, they would be I'm sure they would be challenging the Usos for Usos or even Street Profits. I think that would be a heck of a matchup. But they got Everrise is also part of 205 Live, so Bollywood Boys and Everrise could have a tag team rivalry there. We'll see what happens. They had a last week's recap of Arya Daivari versus Kurt Stallion. Kurt Stallion cut a promo on Tony Nese and was determined to beat him. So Tony Nese went one-on-one with Kurt Stallion. That was the main event of 205 Live. Arya Daivari was on color commentary, and then Arya Daivari was, the match went back and forth. It was a hard-fought match, and then Daivari keeps running his mouth on Kurt Stallion. Kurt Stallion head-butted him, and then all of a sudden Nese grabs him to the ring. Kurt Stallion came back in the ring, was woozy from the headbutt. Running Nese, 1, 2, 3. Tony Nese picks up the victory. So that is that is your SmackDown 205 Live, SmackDown ThunderDome and 205 Live at the Capitol Wrestling Center recap. And as you know, tomorrow night is Hell in a Cell, so later on there'll be another episode about that soon. And so we're going to I'm going to write down. And after Hell in a Cell, you got NXT Halloween Havoc this coming Wednesday. Everything has been put into place. We got a lot going on there. Then afterwards, Survivor Series, like I said before, Survivor Series is coming up after Halloween Havoc. Check this out. November 22nd, 2020, ironically 30 years ago on that date, The Undertaker made his debut as a member of the $1 Million Team with Rhythm and Blues and Ted DiBiase as the captain, and he was managed by Brother Love. And that was, then The Undertaker obviously is evolved into the legend that he is now, and we'll see if he's going to make an appearance at Survivor Series. Who knows for sure. And if I were Sami Zayn, I'd keep my mouth shut this time around. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Undertaker says, "You're going to defend the Intercontinental title against me." I'd like to see the Undertaker wear the Intercontinental title at least one time. Even though he's basically retired, with one time, short reign, and then get a rematch against someone young. Who knows for sure what's going to happen. And you got it's going to be fun to watch. Hell in a Cell tomorrow night, as you know. McIntyre Orton WWE Championship inside the Hell in a Cell. Roman Reigns Jey Uso Universal Title I Quit match inside the Hell in a Cell. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line as Bayley defends against Sasha Banks in Hell in a Cell. And then you got the Money in the Bank matchup between the Money in the Bank matchup between Otis versus Miz, and then a new match has been added. Jeff Hardy goes one-on-one with Elias. So far there's 5 matches. 4 of them are title match stipulations because the Money in the Bank contract can give you a championship matchup. Let's see what else could be. So that is the card so far. I will make my picks and predictions on those matches. I don't know if there's going to be any kickoff matches or what. I will check up .com as we go along here, all right? So that's all the time we have. Episode 941, SmackDown SmackDown ThunderDome 205 Live. Recap of October the 30th, 2020 has been complete. I will see you on episode 942. All right? Peace and have a great and wonderful day.